Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene is holding a third town hall meeting tonight in the town of Dallas, Georgia, to speak with her constituents. It's unclear if she'll take any questions about a resolution filed today in Congress to have her expelled from that body. When our reporter attempted to ask her about that last night, the reporter and photographer were escorted out by law enforcement and threatened with arrest. Our Joy Dukes is live outside the Whitfield County Sheriff's Office, where she spoke with Sheriff Scott Chitwood about that meeting, and it is making national headlines today. Joy?
Yeah, David, 2 Whitfield County deputies escorted a Channel 3 crew out of that meeting last night for attempting to ask Representative Greene a question. Sheriff Chitwood says that those 2 deputies were on the clock and being paid by the taxpayer, but taking direction from Greene's people. It's the video of the moment Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene's team had 2 deputies escort Channel 3 out of a public town hall meeting. The town hall was open to any pre-registered constituents, but was held in a private event space. Reporters were invited, credentialed, and then told when they arrived not to speak to anyone in attendance.
The Constitution declares.
Whitfield County Sheriff Scott Chitwood says his deputies were on the clock, serving in their official capacity with the county-funded department.
For 28 years, we've been asked to provide security anytime an elected official from Atlanta or Washington, D.C. comes into town, so it's not uncommon whatsoever. And
Chitwood first referred Channel 3 to Greene's office for comment, but later agreed to an interview when Channel 3's calls to Greene's spokesperson went unanswered. Chitwood says Greene's team instructed his deputies to remove any member of the media who attempted to talk to anyone or ask a question of the Congresswoman.
They reviewed their wishes last night when we arrived on the scene, and they said that, and particularly after the incident occurred, that all the media acknowledged that they were not going to ask questions.
Channel 3 was invited to the event by Greene's office with no mention of stipulations around asking questions until the event began.
It was a public meeting, but it was controlled membership. The press were invited, but were told they couldn't ask questions.
A constitutional law expert says because the event was held on private property, it gave Greene's team the ability to control who was in attendance.
It's pretty clear that the media doesn't have special access usually, just the same access granted the general public. Right. But this wasn't a general public event.
We asked Sheriff Chitwood whether he stood by his deputies and their threats to arrest the Channel 3 crew.
Do you feel like they acted appropriately, the 2 deputies?
Yeah, I'm very comfortable with how it was handled. They were very professional and everything went very well.
And David, as you know, Channel 3 does not typically cover events where there are limitations set on how or if we're able to ask questions, and that was not disclosed to our crew until they arrived at the location last night. A representative for Marjorie Taylor Greene has not gotten back to us via text, phone call, or email today, but they did say last night that we were being disruptive, and that's why our crew was kicked out. Representative Greene has another event today, another town hall event that's happening in Dallas, Georgia in about an hour. It's not clear if media will be allowed in or allowed to answer any questions or ask questions. Reporting live in Whitfield County, Joy Dukes, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Thanks.